The old shipping container is long and narrow. You can almost taste the moisture in the dark, musty air. You can hear the soft humdrum of machines. On its shelves, in the many bags of what seems to be dirt, life is being carefully cultivated. When Chess and Laura Stewart first moved into their farmhouse in Saxapahaw, North Carolina, they simply wanted to build a loving home for their twin daughters, Sarah and Ella. They certainly didn't think that they'd be running a business out of it. 5 years later, this small and humble farm is the home base for their mushroom business, Haw River Mushrooms. On any given day, hiding behind its steel walls, many varieties of wood mushrooms, like cinnamon cap and blue oyster, are freshly sprouting. But this small patch of land is also a living space for the Stewart family. It is a space for exploration and tender moments, one that they call home. On the farm, Chess is in charge of production, and he runs a tight operation. Our process is pretty flippin' good, he says proudly. At any given day, you may find Chess toiling away on the farm with a small but talented team of farmers. They produce 250 pounds of mushrooms each week, focusing on high-quality wood mushrooms. The process starts in the steam generator, where countless bags of soybean mold and sawdust sit. In a sterilized lab environment, mushroom spawn is carefully added to the mix. With time, mycelium begins to colonize the mixture, bleaching the bags white. The bags, on the cusp of sprouting, are then transferred to a steel container. And in a couple of days, mushrooms sprout in the dark, oxygenated air of the grow room. Here, mushrooms are a science, and every step of the process counts. Chess and Laura's lives are filled with the chaos that comes with building a sustainable mushroom business. That chaos includes tireless, thankless work. They can recall when they used to use the traditional method of growing mushrooms from logs. They would spend afternoons drilling holes into logs, wearing down their knees, before they switched to the more efficient method of using plastic bags, which deliver a more consistent yield. It includes countless failures and learning from them. When disease caused them to lose a trailer full of mushrooms, they built a lab with better sterilization equipment. But Chess and Laura smile in the face of chaos. Even after perfecting their process, they have not slowed on taking on new projects to improve their business. Chess spends many of his evenings at the Piedmont Food and Agriculture Processing Center, or PFAP, where they turn their surplus mushroom supply into mushroom jerky. They are even working on eliminating their waste by turning their used plastic bags of sawdust into vermicompost. While Chess takes care of the mushrooms, Laura deals with the people. During the weekend, the quiet farm turns into an open classroom, welcoming people from all walks of life. Armed with kindness and a lifetime's worth of mushroom puns, Laura introduces her students to her space and guides them through growing mushrooms of their own. They spend the day getting their hands dirty, inoculating logs with mushroom spawn that would sprout in their homes within a few months. A strong believer in educating her community about her passion, she imparts words of wisdom, amassed through years of research, to anyone who is willing to listen. Their community is never far. They are friendly neighbors who share their knowledge and occasionally lend a hand at the farm. Running a mushroom business is hard work. The hours are long. The list of things to do keeps growing larger. Raising 2 young daughters means that the chaos of the farm even follows them home. When they are not at school, Sarah and Ella can be found running around in their dresses and boots, turning the mushroom farm into their own playground. However, Chess and Laura wouldn't have it any other way. Chess loves that he gets to be around his family all day. He says, "I get to see my cute wife and hug my daughters whenever they are home." And although their days are long and sometimes crazy, this small farm will continue their labor of love, sharing their passion for growing mushrooms with the people they hold dear.